What up, though? And welcome to Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk, brought to you by Detroit Lions on the Prowl and Lions Nation Unite. It's your man, Curt Steele. Today is Monday, August 8th, 2022. Got a special birthday today. I'll do that with my dessert with man, Curt, of course. But on deck for today's show, Coach Mike recaps the Family Fest scrimmage he attended with my man, LL. Speaking of LL, he discusses how NFL Network Steve Smith, you know, that dude don't like nobody, is now a fan of MCDC. And I talk about Jared Goff's appearance on the Pivot podcast. But before we get into all that, man, it's time to bring in the rest of the crew. Man, Antonio Vargas had the name, but now it belongs to LL. Big Huggy Bear from the Yak. What's going on, my player?
What's down, Proud Nation, and good morning.
Man, and fresh off the Family Fest, y'all know I got to bring him in. He is the defensive line coach extraordinaire. It's my man. Who?
Coach Mike Jones. It's the Wolver Lion. What's going on, Lion fans?
Hey, let's get this thing started
Right now.
Let go.
It's Detroit Lions Talk, baby.
Welcome back to the show, people. Man, the family, the Proud Nation was in attendance at the Family Fest. Yeah. And I got to give you my man, Coach Mike, to give you some firsthand. We ain't just relaying information, firsthand information of what went on in the scrimmage on Saturday. What you got, Coach Mike?
I got some information. Man, okay. First to start off, I just want to say Jared Goff has a command of this offense. And I like it. Like he's poised. And that does make me feel good. That give me goosebumps a little bit when I see how comfortable Jared Goff looks in this offense. So I just want to highlight a few things from that scrimmage that we seen. First off was the corner throw into the end zone that Jared Goff threw to his Wooly, Josh Reynolds. He threw it, and his ball placement was perfect. It was toward the tunnel, and Reynolds ran a corner route, and Goff tossed it perfect. Where he came down and he caught it. It was over the shoulder. He fell and he slid into the corner and he slid out of bounds. It was perfect, man. I was like, okay, Jared, okay. And even LL, I seen LL. I looked over at LL. Was like, yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. And then the second throw that I want to highlight, man, is the wide open. So there was a zero coverage. The look of zero coverage on the far side, and it looked like everybody was coming. They were bringing a house. And then Malcolm Rodriguez, who also got some first-team reps, he bailed out. And another, I couldn't remember if it was a corner or a safety, he bailed out. So, but Jared Goff found Amon-Ra St. Brown wide open. I don't know if he ran a seam route or he ran a skinny post, but he was wide open in the end zone, and Jared Goff found him. And that just let me know that Jared Goff has post-snap breakdown. Because a lot of things that we had that we didn't like about Matt Stafford was that he went with his pre-snap read regardless of what was going on with the defense. So it was just good to see Jared Goff diagnosing everything post-snap. Like, oh, okay, that's open. And then going through, and that was real good, man. It just brought,
he had an issue with that last year, so I'm glad to hear you saying that he's progressing in that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely, man. And I'm gonna tell you right now, L became a believer when we went. L.
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, I seen him smile. I don't care what you say. I seen him smile when he threw that touchdown.
He said he got the evidence. He said,
I wish I would have been like, click up. But but the only thing is, man, yeah, you know I'm telling the truth. But the only thing is that I gotta say that was bad about the scrimmage. I'm gonna wrap this last little part up. Tim Boyle can't make this goddamn team, man. I'm telling you right now. Look, if you think if I was like that before, I've seen it with my own eyes. He can't make the damn team. He's horrible.
Tim Boyle.
He is horrible.
So his last name, his last name is rhymes with how he played. Horrible. Tim Boyle.
Yeah,
boy is horrible.
It was LL can attest to it. That boy is garbage. Like oh my god, he's the unguided missile. His arm is so strong, and it's just the unguided missile, man. It hurt my heart to watch Tim Boyle out there. I think he completed one pass, maybe two. Maybe like
I mean, this is the guy. I mean, it's not. This is the guy who's getting booed in training. I mean, when you go out to training camp and your family is there and they booing you, that's bad. All right. From the defense, Ella. I mean, did you see anything good on the defensive side of the ball?
Yeah and no. One of the most interesting things that I saw is, especially on that last drive, there was lining Aiden Hutchinson up on the inside and had a linebacker. I couldn't see who it was, but a stand-up pass rusher standing outside of him. Mm-hmm. So that was a little bit interesting. He was getting double teamed as well. Like he was making his move, he was getting double teamed, getting passed down the offensive line on a couple plays. So I thought that was pretty interesting. As far as the overall day, pretty much what Coach Mike said. It was a big difference between what we saw when Jared Goff was in the game and anybody else was in the game. The offense looks clearly way more, I guess, I don't want to say polished, but a lot. It just looked so much better with Jared Goff in the game than it did with David Blau or Tim Boyle in the game. What else? Let me see here. And and it was a couple different plays. I guess they were not sacking the quarterback. But who's number 51? I don't got my sheet in front of me, but whoever number 51 is got in on a nice play.
Josh Wood? No,
Anthony. Josh Woods or Anthony Pittman?
I think that's Anthony.
I think Woods. Pittman 57, right? I think. But so that would have ended up being a sack. So at times the defense, the pass rush, the blitzes look, to be okay. I don't want to say effective, but look to be somewhat effective.
51 is Josh Woods.
Okay, yeah. Well, good play by Josh Woods to get in there, and that would have been a bona fide sack. Might have been a strip sack because when he came down in front of Jared Goff, and then Jared Goff kind of pumped it in and got the ball out. But shouts out to everybody that was there. Like I said, what Coach Mike saw me smiling at. It was a lot of ladies in the play, lots of style, lots of base. So I might have just caught my reflection in some of the nice leggings that was walking around. You
caught your reflection in that Jared Goff, that Myron St. Brown.
No. I mean, and yeah, Jared Goff does look good. And y'all seen it. It ain't no. I don't gotta have it. I sent it to y'all. I called my friend on Friday night. I think it was after them couple clips. He threw one to Chark and threw one to Hop. That was in the clip. But I'm gonna be phony if Jared Goff be good. I feel like I said that a long time ago. So the moment that he start playing good, I won't diss him no more. And I think that's kind of expected. But yeah, overall the defense looked okay. It's a lot of work to be done there. But offense seem to be much more ahead of the defense at this point.
Okay. All right. So this is some of my notes from what I kind of read and gleaned from different writers and just because I wasn't there, but I wanted everyone to hear you guys firsthand account of what happened at the Family Fest scrimmage. But from what I'm reading and in my own eyes, what I saw some of the highlights is that the Goff to Chark combination can be lethal this season. I mean, Chark. They say Chark put on the show. Chark put on the show at his first appearance at Ford Field. Chark he came to Detroit on a mission to restart his career, and I think that's what he's going to be doing. You look at him, he was one of the top receivers that came out of LSU in his draft class. So you look at him, that guy's a pretty good receiver. So he looking to restart his career in Detroit, and I think that's what's going to happen. Now Goff, like you say, he's looking like he did in his Pro Bowl years. So accurate and confident. you're looking at him, and I'm gonna talk more about him and his change in attitude of what we saw in his first year later on. But looking like he can be what he was in his successful years in LA, and Hutchinson's gonna be a problem. Like, he's a versatile pass rusher. And people you're looking at him as a defensive end, but he's a defensive lineman. He can rush outside, he can rush inside. He has a plethora of moves. He's tall, he's strong, he's athletic. He's got to work on his bend a little. He got to work on his bend some, but he can bull rush. He has a plethora of moves he can use to get to the quarterback, and he is going to be an absolute problem. All right. Yeah. And from what I gathered, that fans are excited about the team. Now, I don't think that their expectations are above and beyond, but most intelligent and educated fans know there's something special or something big is about to start in Detroit. You got to look at the attendance. It was like 18,000 people there, and that's the most attendance they've had since 2015. So you look at that, fans are excited about what's going on in Detroit. You have reason to be excited. And tomorrow night, what we got tomorrow night? We got Hard Knocks, man.
Hard Knocks.
Man, it is going to be seeing some of the clips that HBO's already posted on their Instagram and some of the interactions. It's going to be a fun watch tomorrow night. But with all that being said, man, hey, like the video, comment on the video. Man, I tell you, man, we appreciate you. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you're waiting on. You keep coming back. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If your first time, subscribe and come on back and see what we gonna have for you, man. And ring the notification bell so you know when you get fresh content from the Lions, from Detroit Lions on the Prowl. You're home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. Family discussion topic for today is: did you go to the Family Fest? If you didn't, let us know what you thought about what happened at the scrimmage, man. Drop us a comment down below in the comment section of the video. We know you're going to do it in the live chat, but outside of that, go ahead and drop us a comment, man. We love hearing from what you guys have to say about the team, the show, and or just your thoughts about the Detroit Lions. So go ahead and drop us a comment down below. Now it is time to kick it to my man. Oh, first of all, it is week 2 of the Curt cap switch up, right? I got a theme this week. This week is all about the draft caps. 5 different draft caps this week. This one right here is the 2012 draft cap. This is the snapback edition of the 2012 draft cap edition. So take notes of what hat I'm wearing, what day, because it's going to be a giveaway at the end of the Curt cap switch up at the end of the month. So it'll be a signed or autographed cap coming to whoever can answer the trivia questions correctly at the end of the Curt cap switch up. So with all that being said, like I said, it is the 2012 snapback edition of the draft cap. So it's time to go ahead, man. Like I said, he noticed the ladies because the ladies would notice him at the Family Fest on Saturday, man. It's my man LL Cool Torrance, man. What you got for today?
Well, Curt, I just want to talk about this article. It comes from ProudDetroit.com. The headline says Steve Smith has converted to the church of Dan Campbell's Detroit Lions. I like it because Steve Smith, number one, I was a huge fan of Steve Smith as a player. I'm kind of a big fan of him as a sports analyst, I guess you would call him. But when I remember when he was saying these things about Dan Campbell, it was one of the points where I just seemed like, dang, maybe he is not normally as informed as I think that he is, because what he was saying was kind of baseless and off point with how I agree or how I think of the Lions and Dan Campbell. But a couple of things, like he spoke out about his hire, things like that. And then he kind of got more into it, I guess, or he felt that his feelings were confirmed after last year's week 1 loss against the San Francisco 49ers. And after the big blow up between Jeff Okudah and Arby Pleasant, he's even on record as he's being quoted as calling the Lions regime a train wreck waiting to happen. He questioned the culture a couple of times. One direct quote, it says, "Has it changed? No, it hasn't changed." And probably after this article, coach is going to say, "I love to have Steve come observe. Bro, I don't need to observe." I wonder how Steve Smith feels about that part now. But we'll get a little bit of that. Since then, everything much things have changed. You actually got a chance to look at the team. And what a lot of sports analysts are saying, the team has taken at least a turn in energy, you know what I'm saying? A turn in culture, things like a culture shift, things like that. We don't have the direct results that we want right now, but everybody's starting to see it, even to the point where he kind of, backtracked his comments. And this is another direct quote from Steve Smith. He says, "I've been very critical of Coach Campbell based off when he was picked up as a coach. He went through his first interview was very passionate. It was a little aggressive. It was a little extra. But just also seeing what he's done, I have to go back and say I'm really impressed with what he's done and how he's doing things. You're talking about a team that, yes, they were 3-13, but 7 losses by single digits last year, second most in the NFL. That's also telling me they're close. They're on the verge to do some real special things." Another quote from Steve Smith says, "Somebody will be listening to this and say, 'You're talking about the Detroit Lions.' That's my point," Smith continued. "We know what the Lions have been for a long time, and I believe Coach Campbell has them on the verge of changing that culture. The type of players that he's bringing in, the type of coaches he's bringing in, and he's saying that he's all in. He's invested, and he's giving these young men and some old guys the opportunity to say, 'Hey, can I change this culture?' And Coach Campbell is doing that." So I just like this article because it kind of gives some layers to maybe how some other people have feel. We've seen, of course, Dan Orlovsky is on our side. We got other analysts like Nina Kimes, and now we have another big name, at least in my mind, another big name like Steve Smith joining the side of Dan Campbell. So I feel like they know what's coming. And they want to be on the right side of history when it happens. Like they're getting in on the ground floor, as they say. So if you guys have anything, what do you guys think about the article?
Yeah, Steve Smith doesn't give credit to a lot of people. So for him to have changed his mind or his thoughts about MCDC shows the respect that Dan Campbell is getting across the league right now. He's getting his, I mean, they called him a goofball last year. They all, was talking about the meathead and all this crap, what I'm saying, about him, off of his introductory press conference. But Dan Campbell is who he is. He is who he is. Wherever he is the same person off camera that he is on camera. We've heard that time and time again from people who've been there firsthand. The guy is who he is. He's a passionate coach, and he loves his players. He wants the best for the team. He wants the best for the city. So, I mean, you look at that. He's trying to change the culture and build a winner in Detroit. So, but like I said, Steve Smith don't give credit to nobody. He'll talk trash to people's mama. You know what I'm saying? He'll tell the mama about, "Let me tell you what I'm about to do to your son. Your son is trash and I'm about to eat him up." So if he will do that, this is a guy who don't give a lot of credit to anybody. So to him to give that, credit to MCDC about changing the culture and, what's going on in Detroit, I'll take that hands down over a lot of people that in the media I really don't really give respect to.
You know what? I just think the real switch up of Dan Campbell is a switch up that we're experiencing here at Jackson Northwest with the new coach. And that is, you went from a father figure type of, "You got to do this, I'm going to punish you" type of coach, to now Dan Campbell's more like an older brother. And the players are more like, they feel happy to show their older brother what they did, to impress your older brother instead of trying to do what your daddy told you to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of the change of the environment, is that all the coaches there are like older brothers and not dads. And that's changed the environment. That's why everybody's feeling more free. Everybody's having more fun. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody can high five their older brother. Yeah, I'm doing it. And he gonna be back in the field like, yeah, do it again. Instead of, dad being like, okay, calm down. We don't want to get too excited, and I'm professional. You know what I'm saying? So that whole environment is changing, and I give credit to Dan Campbell and too, that's Sheila on that too, man. I'm just hiring Dan and just trusting his energy. So I'm all for Steve, and the Steve Smith is the little bully, and I'm glad the little bully approved. So
you know what, Coach Mike, now that you said that, this has all the signs of maybe Miss Sheila, pulling up on old Steve Smith. He might have smelled that white diamonds coming and was like, what the hell? And now
you know what though?
Now he's got a whole new team.
Nah, she ain't for the punk Steve Smith. She ain't for the punk Steve Smith. That's what dude.
Maybe not.
If that dude would break his teammate's jaw, he ain't finna punk him, dog. Yeah, that he is the unpunkable.
now you which he may be. I'm not saying maybe not, right? But could he do that to Miss Sheila and her right hand in command Trick? You forgetting them?
Oh
yeah,
that's her
I
don't know about Trick, but yeah, but you know what though? But it shows. But to me, I said it shows the level of respect. You know what though? With the level of respect that really that the team is getting now, and the way that Sheila Hemp has changed the leadership style of the ownership of the Lions is paramount, and it stands above what her parents did as the owners of the franchise. So I agree with that. I agree with that 100% wholeheartedly. Let's pay some bills, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Hey, if you're gonna get yourself some Lions gear, I'm rocking the. Man, you know where I got it. I got it from Fanatics, man. The link's in the description below. So go ahead and click the link in the description and get yourself some Lions gear. A portion of the proceeds from that link going to help us grow the content right here on this channel, Detroit Lions on the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. If you want to hang out with us, not on YouTube, but just on Lions Nation Unite, it is the ultimate virtual hangout for Detroit Lions fans. Go over there and hang out with us. We're over there. We're chilling, especially during the game day chats. We over there. We always clowning. LL, myself, Val, we always kicking. Coach might be at the games most times, especially if it's a home game, because he a season ticket holder, big baller. But anyway, go ahead and with us. And we're at Lions Nation Unite. You can download the app in the Google, Android, or Apple App Store, or just go to lionsnationunite.com and check that thing out. Get yourself some LNU gear at lnushop.com. If you want to get yourself some Prowl Nation gear, go to lionsontheprowlshop.com and grab yourself some Prowl Nation gear. Go over to DetroitLionsOnTheProwl.com to check out some content we have over there as well. And just be a part of Prowl Nation, man. And get your desserts on. We got delightful bites in the description as well. If you want to support the American Cancer Society of Michigan, go and click the link, man. Lion Man, my man, doing it big. It's in the description. Get yourself some Roar Up gear, man. He was just at the Hall of Fame this weekend. We got some more news with that coming down later on in the show. But now it is time for my topic for today's show, man. And I know people saw this because they were there in the building. It was like, okay, what these guys doing here? You had my man Ryan Clark roll up. You had Fred Taylor roll up, and you had the clown himself, Channing Crowder, roll up. The Pivot podcast was at camp last week, and they were there to interview one person. Who was it? Jay Jizzle got interviewed by the Pivot podcast, and he had a great interview, man. If you don't know what the Pivot podcast is, man, they were a break off of the I Am Athlete. You had Channing Crowder, you got Ryan Clark, who was an ESPN. All these guys played in the league, man, and they all bring a different perspective of, this football podcast, man, and they talk about life. This is one of the most popular. I think 2 weeks ago, they were the #1 podcast in the world, hands down. Like, these guys they doing it big, and this is one of the most popular podcast is out right now. And they came into camp to interview Jared Goff, and you wouldn't have, you're like, what the hell, he Goff. Okay, so
Goff, they do a thing like that.
Jared Goff gave a good interview to the guys at the Pivot podcast, man. He was clowning, talking with Channing Crowder about him and his activities at the nudist colony and all that stuff like that. But there's one thing that really stood out for me is how he answered about his legacy, right? He said he wants it to be that during his playing career that he made his teammates better. I didn't hear that from Jared Goff last year. And I was talking about him earlier about the confidence level that he has, and just his demeanor is changed this year. You can look at it where, he's worked out with some guys, but I think he's paying more attention to detail. He's being accurate and confident in his swagger on and off the field. He's just a different person a little bit. Like, he had a little confidence last year, but it's not what it is this year. And I think that has to do with what is around him. He's grown as a leader recently. The brass has put things in place and people around him with those weapons to help him succeed in this offense this year. Like I said, his demeanor is so much improved. His confidence level is so much higher. He's confident. He's comfortable with his teammates in the playbook. I think he will have a good season this year, but overall, to him to say that I want to make my teammates better, that's a true sign of a leader, because a leader's accomplishment isn't measured by what they do individually, is about the accomplishment of the guys that they lead, the individuals that are below them, those guys that he's taking under his wing and guiding. And that's the true mark of a leader, is what the people who they're leading, what they accomplish. And to him to say that, man, that shows his growth as a leader in Detroit. You just didn't hear that from him last year. Well, you guys have to I don't know if you guys have watched it, but what do you think about Jared Goff here in year 2 in Detroit?
I expect big things. I like the fact that Goff he's taking receivers outside of Ford Field and he's worked with them. He's trying to get that connection with them. I think that just shows a leader. Because a lot of QBs don't do that. A lot of QBs let guys work out on their own, and hey, when we get to practice day one, we'll get it done. But I think Goff just having those workouts with guys. I think he's tried to embrace, everything. I think he's just more comfortable now in going to his second year than he was last year when, he's like, I got traded. What the hell? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, now he's come in and he's just, he's just commanding everything better, man. And it just shows. It shows just in his demeanor when he's on the field. Like when me and LL went to practice, you can tell his control and his relaxedness. Like he just, that's how I feel. So I like it.
One thing before I go to you, LL, one thing that struck me, and they said in the interview with the Pivot Podcast, they were saying his comfort level last year, you can tell it wasn't there, because you look at him as a person. He's from California. He went to Cal Berkeley. He got drafted by the LA Rams. He spent his whole life in California. You know what I'm saying? Like everything was California, because the Rams had already moved to LA when they drafted him. So it was all about Southern California, LA, all that stuff. So he was out of his comfort zone. He was out of his element last year, and it showed. Learning a new system, new team, new players. It showed at the beginning of the year. But you can tell at the end of the year, when he won Player of the Week 2 out of the last 3 weeks. When the Lions won, you can tell his comfort level was different at the end of the year. But you can see the comfort level is definitely different this year in the Motor City. What you got, LL?
You're like, God damn, it's cold out here.
when I saw it, I was scrolling on YouTube and I seen that and I said, what the hell? But I mean, good for him. Good for him. I feel like this is gonna happen more and more often. I feel like we might see Dan Campbell and some other guys on some of these podcasts. Detroit Lions are a popular team right now. I feel like they might be a popular pick to, go from worst to first and things like that. I like it. I'm not necessarily the gladdest because I want y'all to stay on that side. If y'all hate us before, if y'all say all those silly shit to say, if y'all had all that silly stuff to say, before, I want y'all to stay across that line, but I get it. So I feel like we're going to see more and more of this. But shout out to Jared Goff.
Okay. All right. Definitely, man. Hey, if you like this content, man, go ahead, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Hey, and click the notification bell so you know when you're getting fresh content from us right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Y'all know what it is, baby. It's your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors, man. But now it is time because it came back. Don't call it a comeback because it's been here for years. We didn't have it on the last show, but we got it today, man. It's time to hear what you had to say about the last show. It's time for the comment cards, baby. First up, we got Spencer Hernandez says, absolutely, we should move off of Swintez Cephas. there's no point in keeping a player that is not only injury prone, but it's also when he is healthy, is competing for a third or fourth position. Free agency is a better option. Woo! Tell me how you really feel, Spencer.
Right.
Hey, okay, bro. Okay. What you got, LL?
I disagree, Spencer. Kurt's cousin, Richard Steele, says, keep Cephas, but still draft 2 receivers next season or next year, 2023 NFL draft. Got to keep bringing in talent every year. We will be turning over receivers each year, and we will always need weapons. I'm not necessarily a big fan of that strategy, but thanks for the comment, Richard Steele.
Okay. Kneecap biting with Smucker and Jeremy B. What's going on, Jeremy? He says Cephas had a minor leg injury. Man, hate when the SOL fans say get rid of him. Yeah, I mean, me personally, I didn't say get rid of him. I said we need to trade him for one of the linebackers at Dallas because my dad told me a little rumor that was going on. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't just trade Cephas just cause. You know what I'm saying? But I did also say that he might not make the team over Trinity Benson because Cephas was a Bob Quinn guy and Trinity Benson was a Brad Holmes guy, which he spent a little revenue in. So,
You did say that. All right. Mike and Chris G, friend of the show. He said Cephas was ignored by Fatty Patty. MCDC gave him a chance and he got hurt in camp this season. Cut him loose or trade him. As we know, the best ability is availability. Okay, Mike and Chris G, I feel what you're saying. I like Cephas, so if you ask me, I'm saying don't get rid of him. But hey, I asked you guys, so thanks for letting us know what you think.
I'm gonna just get a Cephas jersey wherever he land at, because y'all really ready to get him on out of here. Jakees Phipps says, "What up, Doe family? I think we should keep Cephas. He has a skill set like no other wide receiver on this roster, and he's more of a 50-50 ball kind of guy. I think there's a role for him on this roster. Secondly, I don't think the front office wants to get a quality backup. Yeah, I don't think I was a little surprised with that. My bad. I thought I was reading it wrong. I don't think the front office wants to get a quality backup. Someone like Nick Foles, maybe he did put that wrong. Because they're afraid that if Goff struggles again, the fans will be calling for Goff replacement, and that won't be good for the locker room. Just my thought.
Okay.
I see what he's saying now.
That's an
Don't get somebody.
take.
Don't get somebody that we'll start calling for once Goff or if Goff starts to struggle again. It sounds like Jakees may be predicting a downfall that I haven't yet. So we'll see.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, Jay Cornelius Music. I've never heard that name. So what's up, man? He dropped a comment. He said Jerry Jones is lurking, I believe. I think the QC is bound, Quintez Cephas is bound for Dallas. And yeah, fellas, let's get a good linebacker out of the deal before the season starts. That's all I was saying. Man, come on, man.
Dallas just added another linebacker. They added Anthony Barr the other day. How many damn linebackers? They got linebackers and Chicago got tight ends.
I got a question. Like, what if you just a name? If you got one, what name you want from over there, Mike?
The dude from Boise State, Leighton
Vander.
Yeah. I take Leighton all day long. All day.
Okay. All right. So thank you guys. Please continue to leave us comments in the comment card section, answering the family discussion topic for today. Or if you have any just comments about the show or any topics we covered today, go ahead and drop us a comment down in the comment section of the video. And we know you're going to talk in a live chat during the premiere, but if you don't watch the premiere, you just watch the video, go ahead and leave us a comment in the comment section of the video, man. And we pick 6 of those things to read on the next show. With all that being said, man, it is time for, like everyone else says, I don't know, for everyone else's favorite segment of the show. It's time for the Dessert with your man, Curt, brought to you by Delightful Bites, custom cookies and desserts for any occasion. If you like how they look, you'll love how they taste. Go on over to the Facebook page and link in the description below. If you don't do the Facebook thing, go over to TikTok or Instagram and just search Delightful Bites 18, man, and you will see all that beautiful dessert footage. Delightful Bites, get your cookie on. Congratulations to my man, Michael Banks. Now, I talked about him a few times on the show. He is the Detroit Lions super fan, and he got, I guess, elected or selected to be in the Ford Hall of Fans. And this weekend was his official induction into the Hall of Fans. Now, this is actually in Canton, Ohio. There's a display of his jersey he wore, the hat, the Marine Corps hat that he wears, the boot up chain. Like, there's a full display of all of his, his memorabilia. He has a plaque in the hall, and this is actually inside of the Canton Hall of Fame. So go over there and check it out, man. It was a big thing. I will be writing an article by him soon, but congratulations to him and the whole entire class that went into the Ford Hall of Fans this weekend, man. It was a great thing. And Michael Banks, my man, congratulations on that honor. And it is a very special day. I said it at the beginning of the show. It is my daughter's birthday today, Sharice. Oh my God. I'm so happy today. Happy birthday. She turned 31 this year, man, and Dad loves you. And happy birthday to my daughter, man. I really, really, I want you to have a great day. Now it's time to go ahead and take a walk on over to the Wall of Fame, baby. All right, we have our bronze members. We got my man Marcus King, or the Everything King. Go ahead and check his content out over there on his YouTube channel. If you're over there, go ahead and check out my man Detroit Drew. He does a great job in his Pistons coverage over there. Training camp is starting to hit real soon with the Pistons, man, and they'll be on the court before you know it. You got my man David Anderson. We got Shannon the Insano and my man Dan Spanos on the bronze members as well. Silver members, we got Cap Ice Cold, Batman of the 313, John Martin, and Henry Wallace for our silver members. For our gold members, man, we got my man Mr. Reliable Michael Huck, North End Ken, Just in the D, Michael Lewis, Lady Lionor or Deuce Bagia, the Paul Jarose, he's the jazzy one, the Tornado, and the Dr. Detroit. He is always in. To become a member of the Wall of Fame, click that join now button in the description. Now it is time for final thoughts for today's show. Man, Huggy, go ahead and let the people know what your final thoughts are for today's show.
Man, final thoughts on this Monday, short and sweet. This Monday came back around very quickly. Have a great week. Happy Monday.
Right on. Y'all know what today is, man. Today is the first day of Jackson Northwest Mountie football practice officially. So you know what that means. That means I'm running that 40 dog. So I'm gonna be on the lookout for that video. I'm gonna post it on Wolver Lion YouTube channel, man. And yeah, I'm doing it for all the 30, 40 something, man. We ain't gonna let these kids outshine us, man. Peace.
All right. With that being said, man, thank you guys for checking us out right here at Detroit Lions on the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions newsrooms. It's Monday, man. The grind starts today. You got to look forward to at least 2 meetings on a Monday that could have been emails or text messages or Slack messages. But you got to go ahead and grind through it anyway. And, if you get overwhelmed at work, go ahead, man. Starting to feel a little bit jammed up. Go ahead, take a step back, take a deep breath, man, refocus and get back at it, man. If you need some help, go ahead and ask for it, because asking for help is a sign of strength and not a sign of weakness. And thank you for hanging out with us during your lunch hour, man. Speaking of lunch hour, man, if you got that napkin, man, because you got some crumbs, man, get them crumbs off your face, finish your drink and get back to work, baby. And whatever you're doing in life, you got to do for the crew. You got to boss up. We ball out and be the best version of you that you can be. For my fellas, LL and Coach Mike, this is Curt Steele, and we will holler at you real soon. We love you, Jim.